Errol Spence is okay, and he's doing good, but his trainer, Derrick James, says he hasn't personally seen him, but he knows for a fact that he's doing good. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We work in CashApp. We work in. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, Errol Spence updates. You notice on my channel, I ain't really, since I was literally probably the first person, because I happen to be up late at night, per usual, the vampire stream, and I was probably the first person on YouTube with a large following that talked about the accident and, when it was breaking news with Errol Spence. Wished him a speedy recovery and these types of things. But you'll notice I haven't really put out many Errol Spence videos. There's a specific reason. For one, I know people in Errol Spence's camp and, Errol as well. And out of respect, I don't speak if I don't know the situation, with the situation as, I guess you could say, delicate as what went on with his life. His life was in peril. So, I'm not here to, of course I want to make views and money and all that. That's cool. But I'm not just going to put out a lot of speculation videos. And especially when I have people's number that I could reach out to and try to get an update. I'm not even doing that. I'm not going to bother people in Dallas and stuff and try to get the plug to try to get some video view. It's not even, I'm not making tasteless jokes. I'm glad the man is all right. Obviously the boxing is great, but his life, coming home to his family and his 2 daughters, that's more important than anything else. So if you notice on my channel, I ain't made, since the accident, I ain't really made, I don't even think I made any videos about Errol Spence. Just out of respect, let the man heal. Let him come back when he wants to show his face, when he wants to do his first interview. People who are qualified. Like, I'm making a video now because Derrick James, somebody who's attached, connected to the situation, he says in this interview, link in the description, he says, man, this is more than just a fighter. This is my friend. I've trained him for 11 years. I'm just happy as a human. I don't care about the fighter boxing part. I'm just happy he's all right. I was upset hearing it, and he's doing well and good. I haven't personally seen him, but I know he's good. He says, quote, I haven't talked to him, but he's doing good from what I understand. Yeah, he's doing okay. I haven't seen him, but I know he's okay. So, I'm not going to do, like I said, I'm not here for speculation and all that with a situation like this. So unless it's somebody qualified, I got an email from PBC, Derrick James, who's close to his situation, longtime trainer. I'm not really making videos about his situation, unless I know what's going on, or unless it's like more of a confirmed source. So I'm glad Errol Spence is okay. I seen a little bit of activity with his social media, nothing big. And, I'm letting the man recoup, bounce back. You had a life-changing occurrence. One thing that was discussed in this interview, Fight Hype basically asked, what did you think? Were you mad about the criticism and the backlash Errol Spence got? And Derrick James was like, what backlash? What criticism? And he's like, oh, just the fact that, people are criticizing him for the DWI. And Derrick James had a brilliant answer. I really liked it. Really good stuff. He says, listen, I ain't had a drink in my life. I don't drink. That's not my cup of tea. So if anybody should be able to critique a situation, it's me, because I haven't. He said, but most people can't say that. Most people can't say that who drink. I've had a drink, and there's never been a time where I got behind the wheel when I probably shouldn't, which is exactly what I said, which is exactly what I said in my video. There's a lot of people want to pass judgment, criticize, point the finger. Errol Spence is under 30 years old. I think most of us in our 20s have made some things. There's some guys that don't take care of their kids, some guys that have DUIs or drug cases. They sold drugs, or whatever people's situation is. And we live in such a judgmental society where everyone wants to cast stones, and in your heart you're guilty of some of the same things, if not worse. And we know what the energy is coming from and who is coming from. Typically old media, you see this, like, you even heard Eddie Hearn say his 2 cents about how disgusted he is that Errol Spence got a DWI and it's not champion behavior. Okay, but what about moving Chavez out of Nevada, where he's suspended, trying to solicit California, finding out Chavez Jr. has a bad rep in California, and then moving it to a third state, and now having Nevada State Athletic Commission on your heels, sending you a warning letter. Hey, if you pursue this fight with the guy banned in our state, you're potentially breaking state and federal laws. Eddie Hearn's not telling you that. So he's so disgusted with Errol Spence Jr., because he was one of the vocal people, right? He allegedly cried when, Patrick Day passed. He said, oh, I didn't know him, but he's on camera crying. And he's judging Errol Spence's situation, a guy, under 30, where a lot of people make mistakes in their 20s. But he's not saying nothing about why he has Chavez Jr. going to a third state because he can't get licensed. And he's still trying to sell tickets to this fight. And he has a guy who failed clenbuterol supposed to be on this card, as well. And the Dillian White situation with the B sample. So for me, I feel what Derrick James is saying. At the end of the day, if you don't have no skeletons in your closet and you're Jesus Christ, then maybe you can make your opinion. But I try not to overly judge situations that I don't know all the details. And, I feel like it's not even really a time to judge Errol Spence. I'm happy the man's alive. Happy he gets to see another day. F the boxing stuff, just as a person, So you never heard me like condemn him. Whatever he got, like with the DUI, he got to face the courts. He got to go through whatever this comes with, the physical therapy, the court systems. I'll let him sort that out. You're not going to hear something like that from me in this given situation. And, old media is the culprit. They didn't say nothing. Oscar De La Hoya is 45 years old. He got a DUI last year in California. You never hear this big ordeal. Errol Spence get one, it's the end of the world, Oscar De La Hoya is being sued by his longtime hype man or whatever, Tattoo the One. And in the same month of October, he got another lawsuit, right, against some old girlfriend. Says he tried to, force himself upon her, and, it gets graphic, but used his fist and all types of stuff. Kovalev got kicked off a plane. He got to face court at the end of the month. Some other girl said she stalked him and he held her down, and he's married, So I just feel like old media, they should probably remain silent, because they know of these same stories that I know of. These are things that are hitting TMZ. Conor McGregor punched an old man. Conor McGregor slapped a fan's phone and threw chairs and dollies and all this stuff at a tour bus looking thing. Fighters had glass in their eye. They choose not to speak on those. But when it comes to a black athlete like Errol Spence Jr., everybody opened their mouth. So thought Derrick James did an excellent job of answering the question. And he's saying, hey, most people probably who drink got behind the wall and they know better. They know they should have, called an Uber, Lyft type of deal. And they did. So it's like, who are you to judge, Like Eminem said, you effing do good. It's too bad you couldn't do good at marriage. That's what I hate about this society. It's like people overly judge, and look at your lawn, but they got weeds and dead grass in their lawn and dead bodies in their backyard and skeletons in their closet. It's just crazy. But shout out to Derrick James. Wish Errol Spence a speedy recovery. Again, I'm not really planning on making too many videos about his situation unless it comes from more of a certified source, somebody who I believe to have a little bit of intel as to what's going on, and as boxing fans, you should respect that. Respect the man's privacy. If he ain't showed his face, then he ain't showed his face for a reason. He don't want to, you know, so just respect it. Leave him alone. When he wants to come out and do a tell-all book or whatever, I'm sure he'll do that. But, you know, people speculating and saying, oh, man, Errol Spence can never fight again. It's like, where are you getting this? Like, I get it, you know. Some people have questions, but me, I'm not going to do that because I've heard different things. I've heard he's coming back in March in the springtime. Some people said he might not be able to fight. This is a human's life. I'll let him tell it. So, you know, whatever it is, all we have to do is remain patient. I'm sure everything will come out, whatever went on with his personal life and situation. You know, people forget, like, even though they're celebrities, it's still his life to lead. And, you know, he got to face the music of the decisions and his actions. That's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.